Hello, it's been a while since I've given a health update, so I thought I'd check in with you. I'm another year older, another year, more problems, some improvements, some things staying the same. So let me catch you up with how it's been. So some of you may be new here. I have an autoimmune condition, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It's been messing with my hormones. It's been messing with my gut mobility. It's increased a lot of inflammation and pain in my joints. It's affected my nerves. I have polyneuropathy. There's a lot going on the inside. And sometimes I think like, well, the outside don't really reflect it much, because since my diagnosis and dealing with all symptoms that accompany it, I've been very extreme and disciplined when it comes to diet and exercise, or, modified exercises, because it's all very low impact. It's prioritizing stretching and mobility exercises. Stuff I've learned and done through chiropractic therapies and suggestions from doctors previously, but I haven't been to a doctor since I last visited Thailand, because that's the only place I can afford it. Now, I know also recently in the news that many lost their health insurance now. Medicaid is very difficult to stay on, even if you are eligible for it, because the income and asset limitations are so low that immediately, if you ever do have a pay bump or a random gig, it would kick you off more than likely. And just the cost to walk into the doors of most of these clinics, like you're spending $200 before they even do any blood work and stuff sometimes. So the cost of healthcare in America is unreasonable. I can't afford it, which is why the rest of the year I'm eating healthy and focusing so much on what can I do to mitigate my symptoms. So I'll get into those, like what's still lingering and what's been changed. I think my metabolism overall has improved since I've started medication and doing it on an empty stomach, doing it like you're supposed to take it, and then also doing intermittent fasting and sticking to a diet that keeps my bowels very soft, and also taking supplements that keep my bowels very soft. It's very rigorous, but I've found somewhat of a routine that kind of works for me at least. And so the supplements and meals, what do I eat throughout the day? So in the morning, I first start with my levothyroxine on an empty stomach, wait at least 30 minutes, usually it's an hour. After that, I typically jump into, I want to be hydrated, so I have hydration drinks that have like vitamins and such in it. So a lot of times I'm drinking something that has a little bit of caffeine, so sometimes it is coffee after that hour, but sometimes I have these vitamin drinks that have B12 in it, give me a little energy. It does have some caffeine in those. Vitamin C. I usually start my day with a drink, and sometimes I even skip over lunch and do a longer fasting period before I have an evening meal. So when I do finally eat, most of my meals since, all of July really, has been chicken and rice and eggs, cow pat gai, Thai style. And I cut up a little bit of onion in that, not too much, because that can cause a little gas sometimes, but I handle that stuff pretty well. That keeps me somewhat regular. But I've slipped up a couple times this month. I've had like a chicken sandwich that has gluten that I know I need to stay away from, because I've been having, bloody stools again. So some things just won't ever permanently stay away. I have to apply a lot of creams and a lot of probably TMI stuff you don't want to be thinking about back there. And also like certain skin conditions I've been dealing with. That's kind of new this year. So I need to get back into the doctor. I need updated blood work. I need to be examined for a couple of these extra conditions I'm dealing with here and there. So that's been my diet, supplements, my exercise routines. I've been doing more bike rides this year, which I'm thankful I'm able to do. That's actually a lot easier on my back, and it's helping get me more circulation in my legs. I think I've had like a edema where I have pooling, swollen ankles and stuff. I'm like, man, I thought only 60-year-olds get this stuff, but no, here I am. So I know it's been important for me to somewhat stay active as much as possible, which is sometimes difficult given all the aches and pains and inflammation my body goes through. So at least bike riding's been pretty low impact for me. I'm not like sweating. I'm usually doing it at sunset where it's nice and the temperature's good and it's more relaxing. But at least it's getting my legs somewhat of a workout. I also been doing a lot of like squat type holds as long as I can with like, I assist myself with my arms because sometimes my hips and my knees are too bad to get myself fully lifted. So I'm trying to just maintain and keep strength, build a little if I can. I'm also drinking creatine, probably not as often as I should. I need to do that more daily if I can. Because I was noticing a time where I thought creatine was not only helping my muscle mass, but also reducing some inflammation, a little bit of pain reduction. So I have good days, I have bad days still. I wish I could keep consistent, and sometimes as much as I eat right and do the right things, it still creeps up once in a while. I have to take a day. So it's kind of unpredictable sometimes still. But it does encourage me on the days I do feel good to not waste it. I feel guilty sometimes, especially during summertime when the weather's nice and I know I should be out enjoying the weather because otherwise it's going to be too hot on a different day or too rainy on a different day. So when it's nice, enjoy it. Enjoy life as much as you can because not every day is guaranteed to feel good, to enjoy it. Mentally, I've had some struggles this year still. I still do therapy here and there. It's a little less frequent now, but still dealing with things mentally because of my hormones kind of intensify certain emotions. I've caught myself doing these negative loops sometimes, reoccurring themes, a lot of stress. I have such decision paralysis sometimes over this little stinker. Because I'm needing to go back, and I need a pet sitter currently, and that's kind of stressing me out. Because I can't go to a doctor until I know he's cared for, and I don't have that type of support system. Most of my family and close by friends and stuff, they're in apartments or places that either don't allow too many pets or, I get it. It's my responsibility. And I'm willing to pay a pet sitter to do it. So wish me luck. Still looking. And once I do that, then I can go back, see my family, get some health care done. I need to go to the dentist again probably. Last time I had a crown replaced. I had a lot, each trip is full of medical stuff because throughout the year I'm saving up to do it because I can't afford it in America. I wanted to try to just touch a little bit more on the mental side of dealing with autoimmune disease because I've attempted to quit whining about it so much. I know probably on this channel you'll find a lot of videos where it's a little sad and doom and gloom, and I get it, they're hard to watch. So I try to find solutions and talk about more of the positive stuff that I've overcome or treating this with, what's worked, type of stuff. But it's a lifelong battle, This stuff, there's no cure for yet. And even if you get your thyroid completely removed, you're on medicines the rest of your life still. Some people think that your body still produces those antibodies that attack different parts of the tissue in the body now. So anyway, it's stuff I'm still exploring, seeing what new therapies are coming out with. I was doing stem cell research a while ago that showed some promise. There's also there's just new technology every year that they're pushing. I get discouraged sometimes because I know thyroid disease ain't really prioritized up on the list much, but and it does impact a lot of people's lives and their ability to care for themselves. So I feel for everybody else that's been in my positions, especially if you don't have a good support system. And I guess that's something I've reflected on recently because my family's aging themselves. They have their own medical problems. My world's getting smaller. And as I get older, realizing there's not going to be a support system around me. I'll have no more, family that I've had to, rely on in the past, which, thankfully I had that during the hardest parts, dealing with bleeding out my rear and stuff, because I needed time to recover. And it's like, how do you just exist anywhere with the way things cost today? So, I'm still sometimes frustrated, sometimes encouraged to keep seeking out where is it that I can exist that gives me access to affordable healthcare, affordable cost of living, a healthy environment. Those are still very much prioritized on my life goals. I think they're stepping stones in life to achieve certain things, and it's all about prioritizing how to get there. What's most important? What do you have to sacrifice and give up to reach those goals? So there's been a lot of roadblocks, a lot of confusion sometimes. My plans keep changing. And you just do the best you can. You try to adapt. You try not to stress too much when things change. That's been very hard for me. Change is especially unpredicted things, but I'm not going to get too personal anymore at least on this video. Just wanted to give you a quick update. Anyone that has subscribed to this channel, let you know I'm still around, kicking. I make other videos on different topics, so I post those on different channels. So check links or check my page for channel recommendations. And hopefully I'll get a pet sitter soon so I can go back to the doctor and visit my family again, and then figure out a better solution with keeping us together, because there's a whole other side of issues and stress revolving around visas and things like immigration restrictions. Anyway, that sums up a bit of an update of my health topic issues that I'm still working on. And I'm going to try to do more blood work soon, incorporate even a more detailed record of my diet and the things I'm trying to reduce inflammation and increase my energy and, be as fit and healthy as I possibly can be. So stay tuned for that. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments, recommendations, things that are working for you. If you have autoimmune issues, gut issues, spine issues, go look at my playlist. You stay healthy. See you on the next one.